They come here, they really, they struggle to cook, as most young people do. I did myself, burnt the pizzas, lived off pot noodles, pasta, you name it. Live off takeaways. So our job here is to help them develop the skills. We do cooking, money management. We also do fun stuff as well, like artwork. We've managed to get some funding, so we're actually going to graffiti everywhere. So this is going to turn into a new resident lounge. It used to be our IT suite, but it's going to be the new lounge. So we're going to have a TV in here where people can come chill out, do lots of different things, as well as do our groups, which we do. So, we would do the budgeting group in here, and, help with any college work. We do that kind of thing as well, all in an evening, so all the young people can attend after a busy day at college or whatever they're doing. We don't only just help people who are at college, we help people who are on apprenticeships or volunteering full time. So there's people of many different backgrounds and experiences. So you might see a couple of them knocking around if it's their half days or they're not in college today. So just give them a wave. They're used to people wandering around, so they might stare at you a little bit, but like, why are they looking at me? But that's fine. So what we'll do is we're going to go have a look around, so you can have you'll see a flat, so you'll see what actually the young people get to live in. And I'll tell you a little bit about what they, what the rules are and what they have to do to live here, and I'll show you some other bits and bobs of the project, about how they have to learn to live independently, do their own washing in, ironing, cooking, all that stuff that some people might take for granted, done by parents. All that stuff they have to do themselves, which is pretty hard work when you've got your A-levels going on, so hopefully that's why we're here today. There is the footsteps towards the sunshine, so that's really about building yourself a better life, and no matter where you've come from or what's happened, is about moving forward, and that represents again the community of the foyer and working together. And again, home is where the heart is, so again that all symbolises what the foyer is meant to be. Again, some more artwork that some of the residents have done, but it's quite a nice symbol that it took them 2 years to create all that, because it's quite hard doing things, it's not easy. So it was quite a long piece of work, but well paid off. So this is what a young person starts off with. This is one of our big ones, not all of them are this big. This is meant for someone who has a disability as well, so it's a little bit more spacious, but they're all pretty much the same kind of layout. You have your little kitchen area, you have your little living room area, through there you have your bathroom and your bedroom through there. So it's a self-contained unit. Now if a young person moves in, this is pretty much what we offer, unfortunately. We don't have any more money to give them anything else. We don't provide bedding, we can't provide pots and pans, we can't provide food. This is it, this is all we've got to offer, unfortunately. And this is where we rely on a lot of donations and kind-hearted people. So it's, can you imagine if you had to move out of home, you had nothing, you had no money to buy anything, it can feel quite stark and empty. We do help people claim benefits and things that do to help them, but all these things take time. So when they first move in, if they haven't got anything with them, we'll rely on what people give us, so duvets, pillowcases, duvet covers, towels, toothbrushes, toothpaste, pots, pans, tins of food, anything just to make them feel like they're not completely empty and on their own.
Like how many people join every year?
Join every year. It's probably hard to say because they stay for 2 years generally. But some move on, probably like 130, 140 a year.
I've got one, is Christmas the hardest time of year?
Yes, absolutely. Why? Well, Christmas is supposed to be, there's a lot of pressure on for Christmas in the media. Everyone's like, oh, look forward to Christmas, you get all this stuff at Christmas, what do you want on your Christmas list? So the media have put massive pressures on it, planning for Christmas, what you're going to get for Christmas, and it's supposed to be a massively family time. Young people who live here generally do not speak to their families at all. They have no contact with family, or if they do, it's very minimal, and sometimes it's not very positive, so it's very hard to imagine being on your own on Christmas Day. So I think it's very hard for them at the time of the year, and I think that's why it's really nice when people, you know, like yourselves, actually want to help and do something for them, because they really, really do struggle. You know,
Have you ever encountered any life-changing stories yourself?
Oh, millions, absolutely millions. I'm really honoured to work here. You know, like the boy who was homeless at the train station, maintained 100% college attendance. You know, there's people come from, you know, people have come from Africa, sought asylum. You know, they've watched, you know, quite horrific things. Their family been murdered and tortured, and have gone on to do very successful things. Come from a very difficult background. She'd been in care, and she had to leave home, so she came to live at the Foyer. She remembers that she was in a pretty dark place, aka representation, and she remembers coming to the Foyer, and it was quite musical, and it was quite loud and noisy, and quite a positive place to be. And here she learned skills such as cooking. She completed a music course and went on to do the degree. And through the time she lived at the Foyer, she felt she developed herself and come through the other side to the sunshine, and the birds were singing, and she moved on. So it's like a visual representation, hopefully, what her Foyer experience was, and hopefully what all the young people here, you know, want to achieve. And she called it the Foyer Castle, of course. Obviously it was her protection, her home. So that's, you know, very important to us, that all the young people here feel it is theirs and it